Control, we have Tycoon clearance for shuttle launch. Initiate Stanford protocol.
Clear procedures, check. Guidance go. Batista safety protocol, check.
Launch control to EMB Charon. All systems are go.
Launch is imminent. Personnel are instructed to evacuate the launch pad.
Minus 30 seconds. You can turn out.
PPS Tycoon to EMD share. You have clearance for final approach. EMD share. You have been assigned to Tycoon Docking Bay. Welcome on board, passengers. Shuttle EMV Charon is now docked. Sector 1 empowered and pressurized. Munchie decontamination protocol online. Disembarkation authorized. Message to crew members. Welcome on board the Tycoon, property of Dolus Aerospace Engineering Corporation. You will soon be given your assignments, but until then, please continue to wait near the docking bay. We hope you have a productive voyage, and would like to thank you for your contribution towards humanity's future. Administrator, I am Eden, the personal assistant installed on board the Tycoon. In accordance with the Munchie Protocol, I have been designed to take into consideration your complete psychological profile so that I may more accurately respond to any needs you may have. My primary purpose is to ensure the Tycoon's automated systems function efficiently. I will keep track of the tasks that are necessary for you to fulfill your prerogative of reaching Proxima Centauri and carrying out field research, mining operations, manufacturing protocols, and Dolos colonization tests.
Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome to a brand new series. This is Ixion, as you saw in that very, very long little intro clip, and lots and lots of talking. Now, I'm quite excited about this one. Wasn't actually planning on getting it, or it wasn't on my radar, and then all of a sudden I saw the video started popping up and I thought, man, this is actually quite a cool game. And it reminds me a little bit of things like Frostpunk. So I really enjoyed Frostpunk. I don't think I really did videos on the channel about it, but I really enjoyed Frostpunk. I do like that whole survival / making decisions around people's well-being and things like that. And sometimes those decisions can get quite tough. Now, first things first, let me quickly go into the settings and just turn down the audio a little bit. I think the music volume can drop quite a lot, and the SFX and the voice volumes can be fairly high, and master volume like so. And let's deal with that for the time being. So now let's return to the game. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing. I've just launched this game for the very first time. And to be honest, let's just put that sound even down. Let's reduce the music altogether. There we go. Okay, now returning to the game. Now, next transmission.
Administrator, I wanted to introduce you to your first tasks personally. I'm Dolos' cryonics lead, Marduk council member Giovanni Battista. So, let's see. Your first objective will be to begin setting up essential infrastructure aboard the Tycoon, meeting the environmental conditions that are required to support your crew. Having laid these foundations, you will then oversee the installation of the Vol engine and perform a short test jump to Proxima Centauri. Upon arrival, your research teams will carry out a brief survey of local space, gather a few rock and coal dust samples, fire up the colonization protocol, begin building the foundations for mankind's future, yada yada yada. And then you'll come back. Now, in order to achieve this, you'll need to familiarize yourself with the Tycoon's core functions. It's no big deal. There's the production, stockpiling and distribution of resources, construction, balancing of power output with allocation. Oh, and space exploration, setting out expeditions and all that. Basically, everything needed to establish scientific advancement and harmonious autonomy on board the Tycoon following the first test of its Vol engine. Eden's gonna display and keep track of your main objectives. Oh, and Administrator, don't let the position go to your head. Veneer has insisted to center Dolos' focus on the Tycoon. But this mission is just in preparation for our next project, the Protagoras. The Marduk Council worked damn hard to pull this mission together ahead of schedule. So, toe the line, do as you're told, and bring the Tycoon back in one piece. Leave the grand gestures and saving of mankind from ecosystemic destruction to us, okay? One last word of advice. We don't all think like Veneer Dolos. As of yet, no human law has been officially established amongst the stars. That sounds like an opportunity knocking to me.
Okay. It seems we've got things going. So now, first things is, there's obviously a lot happening. First thing we need to do is build a bit of a workshop. So if we go here, we can have a look at workshop and stockpile. The other things predominantly still has not been... fleet management. Okay, we don't have any fleets to manage. Plane population management. We don't seem to have anything to manage over there just yet. We've got some stuff up here. Toggle resources HUD. Ooh, I see. So we've got some resources stored in various locations. We've got iron, alloys, carbons, polymers, silicone, electronics, hydrogen, waste, ice, food, cryonic pods, and science and population over here. Then we've got a power bar, a hull integrity, available power. I'm assuming that's 60 minus 14. Yeah, absolutely. We've got a thrust meter, which is kind of very similar to what you would think in something like Frostpunk, where people have have a bit of morale that they need to maintain. Down here, we've got multiple sectors plus some batteries, which we haven't yet done anything with. We've got Sector 1, and I believe this is probably Sector 1 stats then, 85 population, which is the same as this one because none of our other sectors seem to be unlocked. And people are happy with optimal working conditions. 14 consumption of power, 0 batteries, and we don't seem to have any water. This is the build menu. We've got probably speeds over here, and that is cycles. So cycles, I'm assuming it's like years or days or something like any other game. Tycoon interior, Tycoon exterior. Ooh, can we rotate? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, look at that. That's the Tycoon right there. And it's a pretty flashy little game. That's Earth behind us. There we go. Go back in. Oh, you can scroll to go back in. And then I'm assuming you can scroll out. No, it doesn't seem. Scroll in to go Scroll forwards to go into sector view, and then scroll out to go to tycoon view, and scrolling out further doesn't do anything, but we can go to the planetary system. Oh, and here's some other stuff now. Now we've got fleet management probes. Probe launch unavailable. We've got the Vol engine and the Tycoon itself, and I'm assuming if I click that again, oh, we can move it. Okay, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to work our way through things a little bit more slowly. Now, first things first, I've asked us to build a workshop. Allows for the construction of other buildings inside the Tycoon by sending a mech to construction sites, and then we've got a stockpile. It's free. Interesting. But it does take power and it does take workers, but we should have workers available, 85 workers available at the moment. Does this one take any workers? Yeah, that one takes 12 workers. So why would we have... Oh, it just says how many. It doesn't really say how many we have available. Okay, well, let's go straight into this and start off by building it nowhere I can actually see. So let's can rotate it. So let's just do it straight over there. Okay, and then I'm assuming we build some roads. Okay, and we unpause the game and see if that does anything. Yeah, there comes the mech and it's busy building some stuff. So now we've got some road connections going on over here. Oh, I could have built it on one of these corners as well. Okay, well, fair enough. Now, what I will do is let's... necessarily going to have room for multiple stockpiles here, but what we'll do is let's grab one stockpile over there. Okay, set the stockpile to store alloy. Okay, so there we go. So it seems we can do only one source or one resource per alloy. Click on the alloy icon above the supply to collect the resources. Okay, so if we click that and we click that and we click this one and that one and that one and this one and that one, it should go ahead and collect those alloys. These, I believe, are building not connected to an active stockpile, so we just need to make sure that we are connecting roads to these things if we wanted to clear them out. Now, I believe we'll probably need multiple ones, because how much does this thing actually take? Up to 100.
Established a connection with Dolus's lead data scientist, Emma Klein.
Emma Klein? Okay.
Administrator, Mr. Dolos has made it abundantly clear when it comes to security. Given the importance of the Tycoon, we must have full control over what is happening inside the station. My name is Emma Klein, Dolos' lead data scientist and member of the Marduk Council. My department have just completed final synchronization between Eden and our data treatment tool, the DLS. The DLS, or Data Listening System, is capable of scanning, recording, and parsing exchanges of any kind. The DLS programming that is a part of Eden will filter all data collected and bring to your attention only the most relevant information. It will also provide you with a condensed overview of any situations that may arise and formulate potential future outcomes. It will permit you to give direct orders without having to go through additional unnecessary paperwork. Eden will then take care of everything via their DLS accreditation. As is often the case with tools produced by my department, I think you'll find that once you start using the DLS, you'll never be able to do without it. Oh, and before I let you go ahead and start writing history, Dr. Munchie, our lead medical expert, wanted me to bring to your attention a possible side effect of vol jumping. Whilst there is a correlation between prolonged space travel and the development of early onset dementia, he believes that a vol jump has the potential to accelerate this process, although this is yet to be proven. His recommendation is for you to immediately send any crew members that are exhibiting uncharacteristic or symptomatic behavior to an infirmary, as these facilities are equipped to treat the mind as well as the body. Remember that all of your actions and choices are being recorded by Eden. We are not affiliated with any national or even international organization. The only people that you are answerable to are those of us who sit on the Marduk Council, who represent the collective interests and ambitions of the company.
Administrator, a new request awaits your attention.
Okay, so let's quickly have a look. So there's a lot of stuff happening in between, and it might be a fairly slow progress, but I enjoy the story of these kind of games, and I think this one is going to be quite an interesting one, just of what I've had a look and seen about it and had a bit of a read through. So definitely seems to be quite an interesting one. So resolve the event, communal dining at workshop in Sector 1. Event available. Administrator, Tycoon crew members are currently unable to access food supplies. Your cond protocol direct the construction of a mess hall. This building is designed to distribute food from our stockpiles to the crew. Guaranteeing access to food supplies would reaffirm your competency as an administrator. Okay, ensure access to food. Okay, so that's great. That's great. So end data listening protocol. DL. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's do that. So now we should pause the game and say place down a mess hall construction site. So if we have a look over here, now I've got some extra stuff. Space, so a docking bay, factories, a tech lab, population, crew quarters and infirmary, and food mess hall. So what's the size of this thing? So clearly we're going to need to be fairly smart with how we actually end up assigning our stuff here. And potentially what we can do is build let's start off by doing stuff in the corner over here. We will need to get a bit of a road out there, so what we can do is we'll do this, and in the future we'll just remove that again. So let's do that, and we'll get our mess hall up and running on this side. We will continue to we probably need a stockpile then for this, right? For food, because I do think we've got a little bit of food, only a very little bit. So let's get yet another stockpile going, and I'm thinking over there would be a good stockpile for the food if only we could. So let's get that one, and what we'll do is we'll stop harvesting this one instead. So let's grab these out of our way. That should get built. This will be pretty slow going unless we end up doing an extra workshop, and maybe that is a good one for us to have a look at. And at the same time, we may even get a little bit better with our allocations. So let's start in the corner, because I'm pretty sure we're going to need all the space we've got. This just seems like the kind of game where you're going to need to do this. I had a very brief look at some other people playing this on YouTube, and it does look pretty cool, and it does look pretty intense to get this stuff all connected and properly kind of managed, maintained, and organized. Organized, that's the word. The word is organized. So let's start dropping some stuff off. That seems to be running fairly smoothly. We are collecting over here. I believe we're collecting. Yes, let's stop that harvest. So we'll first do this one so we can clear that one out and get another stockpile going. We need to build a mess hall, which should be good. And there we go. That one should now be constructed, right? Oh, this one's constructing it first, and then he'll go over there. But there's an extra guy hanging out over there. Oh, that's a task for the mess hall. I'm not sure why some of those things are, but now we should be pretty quick with some of these things. Okay, excellent. So now let's go and grab ourselves a stockpile right there. Once that's done, we'll set it to food.
Administrator, I have an incoming transmission from Marduk Council member Henry Bargeville.
Okay, next transmission. Let's start listening to it.
Administrator, what a wonderful day to embrace our fate, don't you think? I am Henri Bargeville, writer, philosopher, lobbyist, but most of all member of the Marduk Council. I have taken the liberty of personally arranging an exchange out of courtesy with the Oceanabe, a ship in high orbit belonging to one of our commercial allies, the Ashtongites. Even though they are a small organization, the Ashtongites are important partners who share the same pragmatic, moralistic, and spiritual outlook as we do. The Oceanabe will provide us with a source of food while carrying out the Tycoon's initial testing. By making it the first exclusive trade partner of the Tycoon, we will demonstrate to our long-term allies that Dolos wishes for them to share in our successes. Please assign a cargo ship so that we can check the trade routines. Administrator, trust in genetic connectors. Self-similar space will reveal the pattern.
Okay, so it seems like we should be doing some stuff. Click on the food icon above the supply to collect it. Oh yeah, we need to do that. Excellent. Feed 100 crew with the mess hall. What? Feed 100 crew with the mess hall. I'm assuming that'll happen by itself, right? Okay, now it's been collected over here, and that should work fairly easily. We should be... Okay, so what does it do? Serve food for up to 500 crew members every 5 cycles. 50 food is used to serve 500 crew members, so that's 8.5 food then. 9 food is in stock, so next service in 1.2 cycles. 1 food feeds 10 crew members. 9 food is required to feed all 85 crew members in the sector. A meal is served every 5 cycles. Okay, fair enough. So that will be collected over there. Now, what's happening over here? Administrator, some crew members are lacking quarters. During human history, unnecessary homelessness has always been an indicator of civilizational decay. Do not reproduce humanity's basic mistakes aboard the Tycoon. Ensure all crew are quartered within 12 cycles. There are more pressing resource needs. I think I'm going to try and establish a little bit more trust. So let's try and get quarters sorted. So let's pause it for a second because we've only got a 12 cycle time frame on that. So let's have a quick look at what population, crew quarters, what does this look like? How many can we squeeze in here? Barely. Shall we? Yeah, so that's really not going to work because we've got 4x4s over here and 4x like 6 or something. So we kind of need to start our very own extra space. But what I will also have to do is we'll have to grab an extra one. Wow, and we may have to move it in the not too... If we do that, we will run out of room over there. But what we may be able to do is let's do that. Let's start it off over there and tie it in like so. And what we'll do is we'll set this one to... polymers, so that we can... This is polymers, right? Yeah, so that we can start to collect this one. And those are full, so we need to immediately start working on our crew quarters. Now, the next thing I wanted to do is have a quick look in... Can we create a fairly reasonable setup over here? Doesn't really feel like we can, because we're a little bit too close on that side. That is quite an interesting dilemma. Now, how have I set this up? Let's, if we do 2 like this, we'll end up with like a 2 space over there. That gives us 1 space, but this one gives us some space in between for maybe a road. Let's just do it over here. Let's not worry too much about it. So let's do something like this. How much do we need? How many is housed in this? 15. So that's 30, 60. So we need 2 more. So we need probably something like this. Now that seems to be an access point to that side. I do wonder. Let's do it like this. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and tie this together. I think we have access to the other stuff. So it's not the end of the world if we do it this way. Then we'll have room for 2 more over here, and we'll do that. So let's do that. Let's get this construction underway. Hopefully this. So they've got the two guys building at the same time, 2 workshops, so we can do multiple builds at the same time. We're using our alloys, and we're collecting our alloys and all these kind of things. Now, if I have a look over here, I believe this is paused. So there's tons of information here. Ixion. And these are the different views. We've kind of looked at that. Camera controls. We've actually talked about that. Buildings. Require costs is alloys and electronics typically. Some can also cost electronics, yeah. Buildings require power to be active. You can activate and deactivate them. Activating a building increases the number of workers required within the sector. Having enough workers to operate is essential, blah, 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 blah. All these kind of things for maintaining safety. Okay, that's an interesting one. And you can activate and deactivate buildings to alter how many workers is needed. So construction, violent buildings can be accessed from the internal construction menu by pressing C. Do not overlap building or a road. You can rotate, which you've already figured out. Building must be connected to a road. It makes it possible to have at least one of their access points. Okay. Buildings can also be dismantled by clicking the corresponding icon accessible from the interior construction menu. Dismantling a building will refund its alloy and electronic costs. So that seems good. So it means you can move stuff. Building placed. When your building has been placed, the construction process begins. Resource delivery. Stockpiles will send resource transporters to deliver the correct amount of alloys and electronics to the construction site. Then any active workshop will send a mech to assemble the building. The bigger the building, the longer it will take to assemble. Each workshop can only construct one building at a time. Roads. The road network is the main way to transport goods from one location to another. Roads cost no resources and take little time to build. Roads can be built and destroyed by clicking the corresponding icons accessible from the interior construction menu. Workshops need to be linked to construction sites for the worker mech to be able to reach them. Stockpiles need to be connected by road to an intended site for transporters to be able to remove and drop off resources. So that's good. Gone through that. Sectors, which is okay. I think we've had a look at that ever so much. Okay, let's just go through this very quickly. Sectors are 56 by 30 tiles. Bottom left corner lets you go from sector to sector. 6 different sectors. Separated by a gateway. Destructible. Each sector is independent and separated by a gateway. Sectors can be accessed by panning left or right, or by directly clicking on the minimap. Resources bar at the top of the screen shows resources amounts on the tycoon. The top number are total resources in all sectors, and the bottom number are the current sector's resources. There's a button to the left of the bar that toggles stockpile resource display. Okay, so that. Sector view. Each sector has a dedicated panel displaying information unique to that sector. Population stability. Yeah, I believe that's probably the happy thing there. Work condition status. Yeah, so those three. Then power consumption, batteries, and available water. You can gain access to new sectors by manually overriding their lock algorithms. This process comes at a one-time cost in the in electronics. You will also need to have the specified amount of food and alloy delivered to the gateway to support the sector's ongoing needs, as well as ensure you have enough workers available for the sector's primary operations. Unlocking new sectors increases the structural demands on the tycoon. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Raising its overall fragility and thus resulting in higher hull depletion rates. Okay, so we'll be careful for opening those things then. Tutorials can be turned off in the settings menu. The minimap, shortcuts and batteries are shown. Battery bar, batteries said in said sector are completely charged. All good. Now, resources, we've had a look at that. Can be converted. Okay, so we can make alloys from iron, polymers from carbon, electronics from silicone, power from hydrogen. Okay, that's interesting. And ice can be converted into water to sustain crops. Waste can be recycled into other resources. Manufactured resources in science. The following resources serve different purposes. Alloys for buildings and maintenance, used for spaceship and solar panels, polymers. Electronics for advanced construction. Food used to feed your population. Oh, that's how we would have thought. Cryonic pods used to gain crew members, and science points used to research technologies. Resource HUD allows to see location and quantities of resources overlaid across the building. You can bring the overlay either holding the Alt key or clicking the left resource bar. Okay, and storage. Okay, and we've got supply lines and things like that. I might go through these things off off at the end of the video, which is pretty soon. So let's quickly have a look. We should be able to have everybody housed in no time whatsoever. And then we need to do space exploration. So at the same time, construct a cargo ship in the docking bay and construct a science ship. So let's, okay, so there, okay, there we go. One cargo ship, please. And then after that, one science ship there. And the other one is a mining ship. Okay, let's leave that as is. Okay, we should be able to feed all of our people fairly comfortably. Why haven't we... Oh, this is a meal cycle, so presumably we'll at least have 84 people... What? 84 people fed. Why? Oh, one of them has probably gone into this ship. Yeah, that's where it is. Oh, and the science ship takes 5 people. Okay, so we are really moving through this fairly quickly. Housing is happening. We still need to house a few more people. 30 out of 84 citizens have been housed. And we should get the rest of them sorted pretty quickly. 84 people have had food in the mess hall. So clearly the people in the spaceships don't actually eat. And that seems to be a few things. So we're actually moving along, getting everything done. And polymers would need to be delivered over here. I'm assuming... Not from there. Oh, I need to go and collect the polymers over there to be able to make that work. There's some more polymers over here and over here. So we do need to probably look at maybe linking these guys up so that we can start to extract all of this. And we probably need to do a very samey thing over here. And that will, I think, give us access to everything so that we can finally clear out this floor. Oh, actually not. We do need to have a little pathway from there to there so we can actually try and clean all of this up, and then we should be able to get things sorted. So everybody should be housed in just a jiffy. Perfect. There we go. People should be quite happy because we've done some stuff for them. Really? No? That's interesting. People will go into a mutiny. That's our first ship done. But guys, what I'm going to do is put a cut in this episode. And I'll see you in the next one as we continue our journey. Yeah, so if this is a brand new series, of course. So if you like it and you would like to see me continue my journey into space on the Ixion, please do let me know by hitting that like button, subscribing to the channel, and even leave a comment down below. Have you played Ixion? Is this your kind of game, or is there elements of it that you don't quite like? Do let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!